there with that headline "Face à l'adversité," so he's up against it really in all kinds of ways. Now, what kind of problems does he have? He's got a rebel camp firmly entrenched in his ruling majority, hasn't he? That's a headache for him from day to day. He's got record unpopularity. Nobody seems to like the guy and any of his policies either. And what we've got also is just those economic indicators not swinging his way. 2.5 years, we're not seeing any indicators at all that give him the thumbs up.
One of the other papers you found, though, simply saying that he is not giving up.
He's not going to give up. He will plough on. This is the argument for Libération, which explains that he goes on television in France this Thursday to really try and convince them that he will turn things around for the French over the next 2.5 years. And he'll be questioned by a panel of a few people, from a retired person to a small company boss to a young person and so on. Now, the quote there that stood out for me in Libération this Thursday was that from an aide, a person close to Hollande, says that his obsession is to be considered a reformer and a modernizer who restored France as the leading power of Europe. I was quite taken aback by that, because we are not there yet, are we, Stuart?
Not really,
and
no.
I think the consensus of opinion out there is that he's not getting that message across. Yeah. Let's look at the Communist Daily, the hard left paper, which says, can we stop the disaster before he gets to the end of his 5 years, saying that there is no hope for him. His time is up. Of course, we see there that picture of him very rigid, don't we, and standing in the rain. This 2.5 years, we've seen him sort of haunted by downpours, and really his image has been that of a washout, as time and time again he's been caught in the rain. So that's the chosen picture for l'humanité. They hate his veering to the right, his pro-business agenda. So he doesn't seem to be able to please anybody, really.
OK, what about the papers on the other side of the political spectrum? No doubt they're having a bit of a field day, aren't they?
Of course, it's every day for them the same thing. Let's go to Le Figaro, and it just lists 7 errors of the president. It actually affords a smiling picture of Hollande. Why not? There you can see
one.
the 7 errors which have really ruined his 5 years, and they go from such things as that whole question of, does he come across as presidential, so hanging out in the rain, as I mentioned. But also this whole push that the socialists have given of really reforms like gay marriage, which have been incredibly divisive in France and which really took the socialists by surprise. Le Figaro arguing they didn't manage those issues very well at all. Let's go to a cartoon. It's on the front page of L'Opinion, another right-wing paper. It does a lot of the talking, of course. There you can see Hollande battered and bruised, and he's saying, well, where are we now? What's going on? And Valls is looking on, said, well, you're only halfway through, mate, you better get on with it. So, of course, very much that mood that François Hollande not quite making it.
OK, well, another leader some say is on the ropes, of course, is Barack Obama. He, too, in much of the French papers today.
Let's look at Le Monde. There you see the front page, and it's saying, l'Amérique tourne la page. Des années Obama. America has turned the page of the Obama years. Obama now just really only able to use his veto to block the House and Senate in Washington. Libé sums up some of the issue for the French, that basically he is a hostage to Congress there. Should he resist them or negotiate with them? It quotes Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, saying it's not because we have a two-party system that we should be in permanent conflict. And let's just end with Le Figaro's front page, which I thought was very striking. It just says there, fin de règne for Barack Obama. It is the end of his reign. So that's the French take on 2 leaders, Obama and Hollande.
Exactly. It's all about Hollande and Obama today in the French papers. Thanks a lot, Nick. Rushworth of the French papers. Coming up for you, Helsinki Airport transformed into a temporary, anyway, giant skate park. Web news, though, starting with fighting misinformation.